extreme goal.
She wasn't going for goal, but she'll happily accept it.
It's gone all the way through, and look at this! Chewinga! Did you dare write Barcelona off?
The career of one of the all-time greats is all but over.
Nice comeback.
Uma oportunidade de dizer alguma coisa que eu acho que nunca disse.
Let's get this party started!
NFL Game Pass is now exclusively on Dazn.
Let's get this thing going.
Watch every game, plus the playoffs and Super Bowl. It's your all-access pass.
That's how you fight a southpaw. Well on his way to coming back.
Katie Taylor does it again. Look at the emotion.
X Series is back in the Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, and the Dazn Boxing Show is here, back out to bring you all the build-up action.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you live on the Zone X Series. Let's see some thunder. Here we go. A clean shot, and it could be lights out.
It's the real deal.
Hey, he looks like a pro boxer.
1, 2, 3. Light him out.
Your winner and the new champion.
Misfits Boxing is back. And as always, it's coming with a twist, as this Saturday we are going to have not one but two fights in the lightweight tournament, as well as coming off one of the best knockouts we've ever seen in Misfits. Fox the G is fighting not one but two opponents in a Misfits first. But before we get into the action with tonight's press conference, let's check out what happened in Leeds. Before we meet the fighters, let's take a look at the card. The lightweight tournament begins with Joey Knight taking on Baby Hulk, and Yachty Gang TV will battle it out with Little Craw for a spot in the semi-final. Nashville native Taylor Holder takes on DWG Earth. Chris Avila takes on Jake Brutal Boswick, and it's the main event. Fox the G will be taking on Evil Hero and Most Wanted in a Misfits first outnumbered matchup. Mayor Taylor.
Hey.
The man of the hour. We had one of the best events, not just in crossover boxing, but I think in just events in the last Misfits event. This one's looking like it might be even better. How did you do it? How are you continually upping the ante?
It's kind of writing itself at this point, you know, like the urgency of certain matches to take place, other ones you've got to be more creative with, but the tournament is... I think it'll be the first one of its kind that will go to completion. No disrespect to Kingpin, obviously they did well while it lasted. But this one, it's just the quality of the fighters. You've got golden gloves everywhere. There's more gold in between these guys than there is at Kala's Arabian bathroom that he has at his mansion. So there's a lot of that, and it's going to be, you know, it's for the interim belt. And then obviously the winner of this tournament gets to fight Dean, who is the champ currently. And I think it's a great opportunity for any of them, and it's going to be very close. It's anybody's guess who's going to win that tournament. Then we've got DWG of the Earth coming in, making his debut against Taylor Holder, who is making a return. Very much anticipated return, very talked about, and you know, his skills weren't showcased the last time, so let's see if that changes this time. And then obviously we've got a tremendous co-main event with Mr. Botswick over here and Mr. Avila. That's a 50-50 fight as well. You know they're going to scrap. There's not going to be much hugging or running away in that one. And then, of course, we've got the main event, which Fox the G just put on an amazing display last time and blew all of us away. And then we had to stack the odds against him with 2 versus 1. And I think the cardio is going to be key in this one. And it's either going to be Fox the G's time to shine and show that he can step up to the plate under pressure on the big stage, or he's going to be thwarted by his opponents, most evil.
Yeah, that's definitely an exciting one. I mean, Kelly Sauerland, when Mams brings these fights to you, when he comes and he says, hey, I'm not going to have a 2v2, I'm going to have a 1v2. What's your reaction to that? Do you get excited about that? Is it something that you're pumped to put on, or what's the process there?
Yeah, well, I'm the old dude at the party. I've got 24 years of putting on boxing shows around the world, so working with Mams is definitely a change in the day job. But there's some ideas that I can't say up here because we go for a filtering process. This one took some convincing, but you know, we've been lucky enough to be blessed with the likes of tag team boxing, survivor tag, mystery opponent, you know, so these sort of things. And I do think that will spill over to traditional boxing. This space, this crossover space, is so hot right now, and you know, we're lucky to be the brand in that space. You know, there's a few replications running around at the moment and stuff like that, which is all good because it shows we're doing the right thing. But there's only one serious player in this space, that is Misfits. If you think that this is already our 4th visit to the great United States of America in a very short period of time, I can tell you now as well, in the next couple of weeks, we'll be announcing 2 more dates by the summer in the States. This year is about the US takeover for Misfits, and this is the first one here this year. We've been to Austin, we've been to Nashville, been to New Orleans, and we've had some fun ones, but this is a great one to build on for this year, and we're really excited to be here.
Yeah, you made a great point there with replicas. I think that's a great.
Yeah, you know, it's like Coca-Cola, isn't it? There's nothing like the real thing, eh, baby?
Yeah, and, you know, moving on, guys. Something we've been doing that's definitely pushing the boundaries here is this lightweight tournament. I mean, we've got Baby Hulk down there. Baby Hulk, you've been stringing together some MMA wins. How do you feel about stepping into the boxing ring?
Oh man, I'm super excited. You know. Just another, you know, venue to punch somebody in the face, so that's always fun. But thank you guys for giving me this opportunity, and you're going to see why 42 million people seen that fight.
Joy Knight, you put on what can only be described as a showcase performance in your last fight. You looked fantastic, and you made a statement. What's the plan here?
More of the same, to be honest, mate. Listen, I'm up in the level in opposition. I'm coming in against a guy who's not really familiar with losing, so it's going to be a tough test for me. But at the same time, the tougher the tests come, the better you're going to see from me. So I'm just looking forward to showing levels here.
What's it like to be in the same room as potential future opponents as well, right? With this tournament, you have some guys you might be fighting here in Little Craw and Yada Yang TV. What's that like? What's the process right now?
Well, if we're speaking about people in the room, firstly, I want to thank Mams, Taylor, Sauerland and Misfits for having me back on. But most importantly, I've got to thank this man, Most Wanted, for having me on his undercard. That's a great pleasure of mine. Obviously, listen, I might have won the battle, but he won the war because he's on the headline event now, and I'm still on the lower table. So, but no, man, listen, the competition's good. I think the lightweight division's stacked. I think every single man in the tournament's dangerous. Every single man in the tournament has a claim and a shout to winning it. And I think, obviously, yeah, we'll have a lot more answers rather than questions after Saturday night. So I think we're going to know what sort of direction we're going in, who I'm going to be fighting next, and I'm looking forward to it, man.
Awesome. I mean, you yourself are a testament to how stacked that division is. And Little Crocker, you're here to make your debut at Misfits here, and also to make that statement, just proving how stacked the division is. How are you feeling coming up on your first big fight like this?
Feeling great, man. This big opportunity. Thanks to Mez Taylor for giving me this opportunity. I can't wait to show out come March 23rd. I know Yeti been talking crazy lately, but I'm going to show him that there's level to this.
How do you think the atmosphere is going to affect you here? You obviously have a lot of experience in the fight game itself, but do you think this is going to be a difference for you, or do you think it's going to be something that you're going to adapt to?
It's not going to be nothing too different. Once I'm in there, start throwing a couple punches, I'm going to get adapted to it real quick, and yeah.
Yeti Gang TV, you've been here a lot, and you've proven time and time again that you can fight. You're a great, great boxer. You've showed incredible skill. How do you feel looking at this lightweight tournament? How do you feel you stack up against your competition, specifically Little Craw Craw?
First of all, thank you, Mounds. Thank you, Misfits, for allowing me to be here. Thank you to my team, Coach Keith. You know, I think this lightweight tournament is just stepping stone, a ladder to showing how great I am. You know, we got some good fighters, but you know, it's levels to it. Like I said, I'm gonna make it look easy.
You're saying you're going to make it look easy when you're looking at, again, your other opponents around here. Joey Knight's right beside you. Baby Hulk's right to your left. How do those guys stack up against you? How does that excite you potentially moving forward in this tournament?
I mean, I really don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? So Kirk can throw all the punches in the world. You know, you seen how that was with Waleed. He was hitting a ghost. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to the ghost, hey, don't let him hit you, but he was getting hit, you know. So, yeah, you know, Craig, he's a beautiful fighter, you know, probably the best out of the, you know, the seven fighters, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm going to take out the best, and then, you know, the rest is easy work.
What a load of shit. Easy work. Not against me, mate.
Yeah,
no chance.
You too stiff, bro, but I'm going to handle
stiff, yeah? What part of my last fight looks stiff?
Bro, I love you, most wanted. I love you, bro. But you know, y'all seen the fight, you know. But you know, you.
I don't know, mate. You're stumbling and bumbling. It sounds like your arsehole's gone, to be honest.
Hey, Craig, how you feeling, bro? You ready for this fight, bro?
That's it. Change topic of conversation.
Yeah.
Get him in.
I mean,
yeah, a tag team match.
I hope you next. I really hope you next. I'm like, but you know, Craig's in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna dominate him in a good fashion, make it look real easy. I'm gonna show you that it's levels to it, and you're gonna see, you know, another one of my characters.
Baby Hulk, you're quiet there. Any mentions?
Nah, I let him, you know, focus on what he needs to focus on. I'm focusing on him, and I'm focusing on winning. So if he's distracted, better for me.
Sounds good. DWG Earth, you're here. Yes, you're here to make a statement. It's not an easy fight. I mean, Taylor Holder has proved that he can scrap. Is this something you're prepared for?
Yes, sir. I feel like I'm prepared. Like you said, Taylor's a good fighter. You know, I had a good camp. I feel like I'm ready to take on the challenge. You know, come do what I got to do, handle, get the win.
You mentioned a good camp. What's your preparation looked like for this fight?
Lots of running, lots of sparring, working on technique, just making sure I'm sharp and ready to go.
Speaking of sharpness, Taylor Holder, feels like you should have been here a while ago, and it's great to see you here. You put on some size. You look a bit bigger than the last time we saw you out here. How does it feel to be finally back where, frankly, I think a lot of us think you should be?
I appreciate that, man. It feels good to be back. Not the most ideal thing. I was on Broadway 2 days ago when Mams called me and was like, "Yo, you want to fight?" I was like, "When's the fight?" He was like, "Next weekend." I was like, "Well, shit. Let's do it, man." So there hasn't been a lot of preparation for this fight. I was planning on, you know, May or June. I didn't plan on starting camp this early, but we had a couple days to get ready, so we're gonna go out there and welcome to the shit show.
So you're saying you didn't have enough time to get prepared, you know, building a great camp, but what have you been doing? What have you been up to as far as your boxing? Have you been sparring? Have you been training?
Oh yeah, I've been off and on in the gym. You know, I've been focused on music a lot, obviously recently, but we've been putting a lot of rounds. I know, definitely we've been putting in a lot more rounds than. What is your name again? Wait, I actually don't know your name.
DWG.
No, like your actual name.
Dylan.
I know I've been putting in more rounds than Dylan. So either way, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. I know I'm not, you know, as far as cardio-wise, the most prepared for this fight, but we're still gonna make it happen. Don't worry.
Right to my right is one of the most violent men in combat sports. Probably hasn't got enough praise so far in your career, and it's great to see you here under the bright lights, hopefully to a new audience. Jake Boswick, how you feeling being here?
Honestly, mate, it's absolute privilege to be here, mate, like on such an amazing platform, and like everyone else already saying, so massive thank you to Misfits, Mams, obviously, and the whole team for, you know, having me on the card. I'm feeling amazing, mate. I'm really excited to put some work on display.
Absolutely, and obviously you have a lot of experience without gloves. Coming into a fight like this with gloves, it's going to be a big adjustment, a big adaptation. I've heard rumors that you were sparring with the one and only Jake Paul as well, sparring with high-level quality partners in traditional boxing for a long time. How do you feel with that transition? How have you been feeling in your preparation, getting ready for the big gloves?
Obviously, I've been doing the bare knuckle for a few years now. It's a whole different game. That's a whole different dog, a whole different strategy even coming into a fight. Being able to actually box, and I've been super prepared for this. I've been, Jeff Peritz, my coach, we've been really drilling really good high-level boxing work, defense, work on the inside, footwork, movement. Like, I'm boxing. It's not bare knuckle, and I'm just ready to really display this work. The transition's been real smooth, sparring, everything's been great. Yeah, mate, I'm in great shape right now.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm not sure if your opponent has slid in. There he is, Chris Avila. You've been perfect under the Misfits lights. You've had a lot of great performances. You absolutely lit up Paul Bamba not too long ago. How do you feel coming in against an opponent against Jake Boswick here?
I feel good. I trained good. I trained hard, and yeah, I'm excited to get back out there and get in some rounds. And I feel good.
Chris, you've kind of mentioned real fighters, and something you bring up a lot of times. Jake Boswick, to me, definitely is a real fighter. Does that excite you, seeing someone that you can look at and say, this guy's the real deal? Does that make you want to really step it up in the ring, or does it not change anything for you?
No, that's what I like. I've been fighting real fighters, so then I train with real fighters, so he's doing his thing. So yeah, I'm here to put on a good night of boxing for everyone.
Glad to hear it. Most Wanted, big stage, main event. Obviously, a pretty crazy fight, your last one. What adaptations have you made? Are you excited to be in a tag team sort of fight, or would you have wanted this to be a one-on-one? How do you feel?
I feel great. Firstly, I want to say thank you to Mams, Kala, Misfits for having me back. I want to say thank you for the KSI community for supporting me through this journey, the homeless boxing community for supporting me through this journey as well. But in terms of your question, I don't really care what my next fight was. Honestly, I lost my last fight, devastating. Got beat up for 3 rounds and they threw the towel. It was embarrassing, all like that. Okay. But yeah. So the thing that Joey taught me is that I like fighting. I like fighting a lot. So anytime I can get in the ring, it's bliss.
I promise that's not me, but Evil Hero, you're on a team here. How do you feel in a fight where you've got a teammate against someone who's shown to be a real knockout artist here, real threat? What's the strategy for you two? Have you guys talked about a strategy? Are you really prepared to go in this as a team, or do you want to do this solo?
We want to make this look easy. We want to break him down. Yeah, no, we got a game plan. We're ready. It should be fun, and it should be easy.
All right, Fox the G.
Yo.
I've got a sneaking suspicion that you might be the culprit there, but you might also be the culprit on Saturday night. How is it feeling with the potential to go up against 2 opponents and double down?
What's the culprit?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
So, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Nah. Saturday night, 2 opponents. It's all good. I could have done another one in Leeds. Honestly, I was hoping somebody was going to attack me or something. I got bored. So said, let's get another opponent in there.
Awesome. And building off that Leeds fight, under the bright lights, you had some amateur experience before that.
Mm-hmm.
You performed really, really well. I mean, it looked like you were right where you needed to be.
Thanks.
Do you feel better under the bright lights?
I would say so, yeah. I was expecting to be a little bit nervous, but I was very comfortable and confident. I was collected, and I'm just ready to take more challenges, man.
What would those challenges look like?
Everybody.
Gotcha.
So why didn't you enter the tournament then? Because I had an opportunity to beat the fuck out of you, and that appeals to me because I don't like you very much.
He was scared.
Play it again. It's actually not me. All my life, it's not me.
Nah, no, it's someone over there.
Well, that's fine. Mams, do you have a fight of the night? We usually like to say, hey, what are our suspicions as what's going to be the main event, the people's main event, I should say. Anything you're seeing so far that you think might be a banger?
Honestly, it's close. There's a lot of There's a lot of candidates. I love the fight between Botswick and Avia. I love both the tournament fights. Obviously, Fox the G. I'm just going to mention all the fights, aren't I? So yeah, all of them are great. Like it could go any way. Like last time, I did not think Fox would get the knockout of the night bonus.
What?
I didn't think you would, to be honest.
I'm right here, bro.
Well, you proved me wrong. You got our vote. But after seeing Tristan Ham's knockout, after seeing Elle Brooks' knockout, you know, like
and then I came out of nowhere and fucked them up.
You took someone half your size.
You took the bag, Fox.
Bro, you're half my size.
Yeah, I'm
Are you
5'6".
slow?
What? Do a face-off and you'll see if I'm half your size.
We're going to do the face-off, and I'm going to see that I'm half your size, and then what are you going to say?
You'll see on Saturday as well. Oh, I like that.
Freak.
Joey Knight, you're looking at everybody like you want to run through them. You know, you're looking at everybody as if they're a potential opponent.
Why are you bringing me into this?
Not again.
Nah.
Is it all the cowboy hats? How are you feeling?
Do you know what? I was looking for a cowboy hat the other night. They're about
Bro, me too, son. I gotta go get one today.
I was like, I might just ask to borrow Fox's before he uses his. I've let him borrow our son for the week. I can borrow his hat.
That's out of pocket, bro. You should have done that.
No, I'm not. I'm just. Listen, do you know what? Yeah, this is what it is. But I'm very much focused on my opponent. I get that there's obviously a bit of back and forth between everyone, man. But I'm gonna be respectful because. Listen, I rate Baby Hulk, and I'm appreciative of the task I got in front of me. So although I might say a few words and have back and forth with everyone else, I'm very much tunnel vision on my own fight.
Glad to hear it. That's awesome. Taylor Holder, you're mentioning that bit of a late notice fight, right? Not too much time to prepare. But then you mentioned other dates. Have you considered maybe, assuming this goes well, coming back? Making a quick
That's always the goal, man.
Yeah. So you want to be a bit more consistent with this game as well?
Yeah, this wasn't the most ideal comeback fight. I wanted to, I've been out for 2.5 years, almost 3 years. I wanted to, have a little bit more of a leeway. Me and Mams have been talking for sure. How to make that look cool, but these are the cards that were dealt, so we'll deal with that, and then we'll figure it out after that.
That's exciting. Little Craw, you've been boxing for a long time. How do you feel when you look at your competition compared to other fights you've had?
I feel like out of everybody, Yeti's probably the toughest one. And a lot of people think that it's Mayweather or something. He's not Mayweather. I'm going to break him down come Saturday. Y'all going to see. Tune in. March 23rd. Y'all going to see.
Mams, I'm going to throw it back to you for one last question. The future of Misfits is looking brighter and brighter. You're mentioning the USA, but we're obviously, hopefully, going to go back to the UK as well in the future. As this lightweight tournament develops, what do you want to build around it as well? Because I think this is a great example of, this lightweight tournament is a great backbone of this event, and then we built something amazing around it. Is that the consistent goal moving forward around this tournament as well?
I'm a little distracted. What was the question? That's my favorite song.
It's a lot of people's favorite song. I mean, it's fitting as well.
Yeah.
Bro, turn it off.
Well, guys, I think we will wrap that up. I think that's been a great press conference. I thank you all for coming out here. I especially thank the awesome music soundtrack that we had, wherever it came from. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to come at X Series 13, Saturday, March 23rd, live and exclusive on Dazn. But it's not just crossover action. There's so much more to see only on Dazn.
It all comes down to tonight. EFL is more than a fight.
Coming straight for you. It's going to be ugly.
Emma Hayes get her hands on the Champions League.
The Carolina Panthers select Bryce Young.
The potential for history to be made. This is where the competition really comes to life.
We had great fights in the amateur, no doubt. We need to fight. Hey, we're good fighters. Let's fight.
Live on DAZN Worldwide, April 20th. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia.
These two have been going back and forth since the amateur days.
Two generational talents, the world at their feet.
Let's make the fight happen now. This one is going to be a grudge match.
Set to ignite. Devin the Dream Haney, living the dream. Multiple world champion, undefeated.
I am the man. It's time for me to show the world how great I really am.
Ryan Garcia, lightning fast, explosive, unmissable, going all in.
This is the year I shocked the world.
A world championship is on the line, but only one can wear the crown.
This is something that comes along every now and then in generation. I'm telling you, it's special.
This one counts. Live on Dazn Worldwide, April 20th.
You want the real fight? You can fight me.
There's plenty of action outside the ring coming your way on DAZN. The second legs of the UWCL quarterfinals take place next week, including Chelsea versus Ajax on Wednesday. The PFL regular season returns on April 4th, so tune in for top-class MMA action. And remember, DAZN is your home for all things NFL, with the draft taking place at the end of next month. There's lots of big-time boxing coming your way on DAZN on Saturday, April 20th, a super fight in Brooklyn, New York, as Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia battle to settle a personal score, and Haney's lightweight world title is on the line. And a Mexican showdown, Canelo versus Jaime Munguia on Saturday, May 4th. And after the drama of a delay because of a cut to Tyson Fury in sparring, a new date is set now for the undisputed heavyweight clash between Fury and Alexander Usyk, live on DAZN from Saudi Arabia on May 18th.
Live on DAZN Worldwide, May 18th. The fight of the century. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Tyson Fury looks to reign as king of the division. But Alexander Usyk is undefeated and coming for the crown. For the first time in over 20 years, all the belts are on the line. Ring of Fire, live on DAZN Worldwide, May 18th.
B. Dave, you're somebody that has a bit of experience in the tag team arena, right? Boxer G's going up against a team alone. What do you think some of the advantages and disadvantages he's going to face are going to be there?
I'm not too sure about any advantages, especially because he doesn't have any time to tag out and get rest like you do in a tag team match. But some of the disadvantages of a tag team match is you never really get to settle down with one person's style, opposed to a one-on-one match. You start to get their timing, you start to figure out their style and be able to try to combat that style. It's a little harder to figure that out with breaks in between each fighter and having to get used to the next style, the next style, the next style. Before you know it, all the rounds are up. And I don't know if you'll ever really get the chance to get their style figured out.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned how tagging in, tagging out, obviously Foxy G is going to have to land those shots, but the thing is when he lands those shots, they can just tag out. If he gets those shots landed against him, he has to fight through it. Is that something you've considered here?
Yeah, definitely. It's harder to get somebody out of there with like just a one-shot spark knockout than it is like you hurt somebody one time and then you come back and then you can finally finish the job. But if the guy can tag out, get himself back together and recuperate for a minute and a half, a minute, even 2 minutes with the break sometimes, then it's harder to get somebody out of there for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, but let's mention the one thing about Foxy G is he does have that one-punch KO power. And as we can look at this past fight, I mean, this was crazy because Lil Spartan J was a very, very capable fighter, and he got absolutely sat down. And then that crazy KO with the uppercut left hook. I mean, that to me could be a great equalizer here as we see that crazy power.
That definitely is a crazy one. I didn't see that little kid having that type of power in him, especially, scrawny young fella like that, but he does definitely have some grown man strength in there. So maybe he does get the one punch bangaroo and get him up out of there. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, could we possibly see 2 KOs?
If the rules allow it, and he sits one down in there in the first round and a half, then maybe is it 4 rounds total? 3?
I believe it's 4.
Okay, yeah, he might be able to get 2 then. Yeah, he might have enough time to get 2.
Yeah, but I still think that, when we saw that last one, Spartan J got sat down.
Yeah.
And in this fight, he'd be able to recover, and there he won't be able to.
For sure. So after the first knockdown, go and recover for a bit. then come back in. Might have saved him from the knockout. Who knows? Maybe not, though.
Absolutely. I mean, guys, make sure to not forget, tomorrow we are doing the weigh-ins with the one and only Todd Grisham, and we're further counting down to this Saturday where all this is going to be going down right here on Dazn.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you live from the zone.